Oh, can you hear this shit?
All
Hey,
right,
hey.
sounding good. All right, let us start it up in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. We're Nerd is the New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, a.k.a. the one who knocks, with my co-host.
This is Eli 2 times.
2 times? Why not
I'm
three
gonna go
times?
get the. I'm gonna go get the papers. Get the papers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and we're back with another episode, and not too much happened, but we're going to make it happen. Basically, we're just kind of coasting along until the Joker comes out. That's going to be the big movie of the year. But until then, we both actually saw a movie, and we're going to talk about that later on. Until
Yeah.
then, yeah. Until then, Eli, let's talk about the bullshit that's been going on this week. What's that rapper that's been snitching on everybody's name?
Yeah. This rapper. I heard about him. I never heard his music, but I
Lucky you.
heard of him. Yeah.
Lucky you. He fucking sucks.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, you can look at him and tell, like, oh yeah, he looks like he sucks the rapper. He sounds exactly like he looks. But that's the funny thing about it. He, like I said,
He sounds like he smells. He looks like he smells.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I don't understand about this guy. Like, I haven't been following him, but just the fact that I just keep up with rap all the time. His music always pops up on the on my playlist on Spotify, stuff like that, and I always skip. I don't want to hear this guy. So, and if he always goes in the interview, he's always, insulting somebody. He's always starting random beef with people. He's always insulting people. He's always bragging about how much he's this gangster and this, this blood, and he's always throwing up gangsta and stuff like that. Everybody keeps telling him in interviews, maybe you need to calm down the tough guy role. Eventually, it's going to catch up with you. Oh, no, it's not going to catch up with me. Boom, look at him now.
Yep. Ratting everybody out.
Exactly. So he's ratting everybody out. And so now Frank Lucas is going. Remember we talked about Frank Lucas a couple months ago, where we call him Master Splinter. A rat.
Yeah.
He's done now. That's old. Now the face for rat for snitch is whatever the fuck this dude. All I know is I looked up his real name, Daniel Hernandez. That's what the fuck I'm gonna call him. I'm not gonna call him whatever Teriyaki 69 or Talonwacker 69. Fuck all that. I don't care.
Talladega.
Right. Whatever the fuck that is, I don't care. So it's just funny. So he's just snitching on everybody right now. He's just he's telling everybody where's Waldo. He's telling the end of every movie out right now. He's telling people don't clock out for lunch until they get their food first. He just doesn't give a fuck. Daredevil's blood also.
Yeah. When the teacher leaves the classroom, she puts them in charge of shit.
Right. Like, you're just going to tell everything,
And he says, no talking.
The funniest meme I saw was when they showed the ending of Spider-Man, but instead of showing like J. Jonah Jameson or, Mysterio, they show his face in Times Square.
Yeah.
Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So now this thing just take it off. He just snitched on everybody. So I think this shit is just funny as hell, man.
Yeah. I saw some like Godfather memes where like he's Fredo and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or some Goodfellas.
Yeah. And that's the thing, I don't understand why anybody would tell him all these secrets anyway. He looks like an undercover cop.
I mean, the one with Tommy from Goodfellas. You're a mumbling, stuttering little fuck. You know that?
like, why would anybody, if I'm have this big drug cartel, would invite this guy that looks like a fucking clown to come down here and tell him anything? I wouldn't tell him anything. So he just sniffing everybody left and right. So here's the fucked up thing I'm hearing about right now. He wants to go in witness protection program.
So what is he in? I don't even know why he's in jail. I don't know why he's facing time, and what the hell? I have no idea what's going on because I don't know.
He's associated with somebody that shot up somebody else. It's whatever. He's supposed to be in a gang, like the Blood Gang. He's supposed to be affiliated with Time, stuff like that. They did stuff. So now he's just any other New York rapper that's in that same gang affiliation. He's giving their names up too. Like, for no fucking reason whatsoever.
So but what did he get busted for?
I don't know. he knows somebody that did something. He didn't do anything, from what I'm hearing.
He was driving around drunk with a pistol?
Probably, something like that. Well, he knows actual real gang members that have probably gone out and done all kind of crazy shit. Robbed people, shot people, stuff like that. And maybe he was in the car with them. Maybe he was in the car selling mixtapes or some shit. I don't know. But they feel
they say he's facing 25 years. Like, what the fuck did he do? Unless that's just a meme. I don't know.
Maybe he is, but I'm glad you said that. Okay, because somebody else came out making fun of him. And the person that came out making fun of him that actually went to jail, did the time, didn't snitch, didn't say anything, was Martha Stewart.
Oh.
Yeah, she actually went on Twitter and was joking with Snoop Dogg about how she went in, did her time, didn't say anything to the feds, and came out on the other side. So Martha Stewart is more hood than this guy.
Yeah. She's got more, yeah.
She understands the code. She understands the code of the streets.
Yeah.
So now he wants to go into witness protection program. How the fuck you go on a witness protection with all them damn tattoos? Just send his ass back to the hood and just let him be done with it, you know? They're waiting for him with open arms, you know?
Yeah, with that fucking hair and shit. Like that.
Right. And like I said, I've been following this guy for a while. I really want to pay attention to him. I seen a prom picture of him. He looks like fucking Napoleon Dynamite or some shit, you know? 2 years later, all of a sudden now he's the hardest rapper of all time. Like, and that's the shit I hate about this, because this is why the music business is so fucked up right now. It's too many industry plants that are out there right now. Now, what an industry plant is that guys that are already signed to record labels because they have a look. You know, they just want to give them a look. So they plant them in certain situations where they make them think that they're blowing up underground. Like they may make a mixtape or go on SoundCloud like that, but all of a sudden they get more publicity than the next guy, even though their music sucks. That's because the record labels have already paid for their radio spins. But it's making it seem like it's organic, but it's not. So now you got these guys getting popular in low places and where they're not. They suck. They're terrible. The machine is pushing them, and now the machine is just spitting right back out. Like I said, I have no sympathy for this guy because, first off, he's a tough guy. Well, he's not a tough guy, pretending to be a tough guy. He can't rap for shit. He makes shit music. He, you know, always starting shit for no reason, and now he's snitching on people.
And he looks like shit.
Like I said, everything that's happened to him couldn't happen to a more deserving guy. So
who's this? What the fuck's her name? Azella Banks or whatever?
Oh yeah, Zella Banks is also another. And that's the thing. When rappers can't sell music nowadays, they just start beef with anybody.
Well, I just heard this shit. I literally just heard of her the other day because my kid, you know, she's a teenager. She goes on YouTube. She's been playing one of her annoying ass songs.
I've never heard any of her music before. I just know she makes shit music too.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, it's the most obnoxious fucking piece of shit that she's into now. I'm like, what the fuck? And she just keeps playing it. It's so annoying. And I'm like, and it turns out she's been around for like 10 years. I go,
she's been around for a while. If you look at her, video counts on YouTube, million views, 10 million views. Same way with this guy. 10 million views on every song. Like, how the fuck is this happening?
And where the fuck am I? Like, I thought I was like, I guess I'm just too metal. I had no idea.
That's the thing, Eli. We moved into, remember, MTV doesn't play music anymore. BET basically doesn't even exist anymore.
I don't even have MTV.
Right. So that's the thing. So now the only way to get your music heard or played is through social media. A lot of times music is played on SoundCloud, you know, on YouTube, Spotify.
Is that Lil Yachty or whatever who did the Cold in Minnesota or some shit?
Did he do that?
Is that the one? I don't know. I was at my
No. That's it is Lil Yachty.
Somebody. Anyway, I was at somebody's house and they were watching the Ridiculous Show, you know, where the skater guy watches videos of people getting fail videos, basically. Mm-hmm. You know, so he's watching that. Then all of a sudden, this video came on, the Cold in Minnesota.
He was on the Zamboni in the ice rink or something.
Yeah, I thought it was. We were still watching Ridiculous or whatever. I had no idea. Is this a real song?
He's another industry plant. And the thing is, like, they get the guys with the looks.
This isn't a fail video. This is like a serious song.
Right. That's the thing. They're making shitty music on purpose. Because it doesn't matter. Because these guys actually have like endorsement deals and stuff like that. You know. He was on a Sprite commercial. I think that commercial you saw was a Sprite commercial.
A Sprite commercial. I don't know.
I think it was a Sprite commercial, yeah. But 7-Up, I don't know the difference between 7-Up and Sprite, so one of those.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, wow, this is bad.
But that's the point.
It's like the meth of music, man.
They're purposely signing these shitty rappers. The reason they're signing because they have this look that just makes you stop like, wait, what the fuck? So the more clownish they look, the more you're going to pay attention to them.
Yeah.
So we're old, Eli, that basically.
Yeah, my nephew's listening to like the county morgue or whatever shit. Or some shit with these guys. it's like, yeah, where they're like rappers, but they're trying to dress like metal. They got spikes and shit, and they're yelling and screaming, and got twerk videos. They got bitches twerking and guns, and they're doing dope, and they're just obnoxious as fuck. Like,
fuck this. All I do in my car is listen to podcasts. Fuck it. I don't have time for that other bullshit. Can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
I feel like we talked about Tallywhacker 69 long enough. Okay, Eli, now we're going to move into the box office movies and give it to me. What was the number one movie of the week?
Is it Rambo? I don't even know.
Nope. Not Rambo.
It's not Rambo.
Not Rambo.
Uh-oh.
Should I give it? I'm going to give it to you. You're not going to guess it. You're not going to guess it.
I don't know.
You're not going to guess it. Okay, I'm going to tell you, Rambo was number 3.
Oh, wow. Oh,
number 2, and actually it's very close. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow if Rambo was number 2 because the number 2 and 3 are so close together. The numbers might switch. So as of right now, number 2 is Ad Astra. That Brad Pitt movie.
The space movie? Yeah, okay.
But number 1 is Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey?
Yes.
Really?
Downton
Abbey. They made a movie?
Yes.
Oh.
Domestically, in America, it beat those 2 movies. This is insane, man. So yeah, that's the number 1 movie in America right now, Downton Abbey. So yeah, they made a movie. I don't know if it's like a adaptation or it's like like X-Files, they made a TV version of it. I don't know. Or maybe it's just some like episodes they just stitched together and just put out there. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's a top movie. It did 31, and Ad Astra and Rambo did 19, million apiece. So weird shit. Yeah. And we're both gonna come back to Rambo, but we'll come back to later on. Number 4, we have It, Chapter 2. Okay. You know what, Eli? Like I said, I've never seen one of those movies, but I'm hearing a rumor they might make like a 7-hour director's cut for both. I watched that.
Oh, really?
I watched that.
Yeah. I mean,
I may have heard it from WeGotCovered.com, but if it's true, I'll go ahead and listen to it. I mean, I'll watch it. So, number 5, Hustlers. Okay.
People have been saying that's a good movie.
Maybe it is. I don't know. All I know is that it actually did really it picked up this week. So
like people are saying, oh, it's J-Lo, shaking her ass, and it ain't just like a basic bitch movie. It's like they're saying no, it's actually a good movie.
Yeah, maybe it's like a women empowerment movie. Maybe it's like the movie that Widows should have been. As far as like getting attention, not saying the quality wise, but getting attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were talking about The Kitchen or some shit like that. Maybe they had strippers in there. Melissa McCarthy stripping? Nah, maybe not. What we talking about? Yeah, number 6, The Lion King.
Damn.
Still up there. I'm not even gonna look at the numbers. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the highest grossing movie of all time.
School is back. Kids are back in school.
And they're still watching this movie. Why do they give a shit? That's what I want to know.
Like the hell.
Number 7, Good Boys. Number 8, Angel Has Fallen. Number 9, Overcomer. We should recall it Overachiever, And number 10, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. Still hanging in there. All right. So that was the box office movies. And then, like I said, it may fluctuate tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes there. So, like I said, we both saw a movie. I know you were going to see the movie regardless, Eli, but I said to jump on the train also because, like I said, we saw Rambo Last Blood. Mm-hmm. And I actually marathon all the Rambo movies this week because I'm excited for another Rambo movie. I was telling people, today I'm going to go see a Rambo movie. And people they got another one? There's a new one out? Like, what the fuck? Where have y'all been? I don't watch TV. I don't watch TV either. I hadn't turned on TV in 3 weeks. I saw it on social media. Oh, okay. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. Maybe they didn't announce the movie as much as they could. But, Eli, I'm going to give it to you. I don't care if you spoil it, non-spoil it, whatever. Give me your...
You want me to talk first?
Yeah. You go.
Okay.
I know you got to get the I hate to put you on the spot, but...
Well, I thought it was
Okay.
And maybe that's because, who knows? Maybe I made the mistake of watching Rambo 4, which is fucking awesome, right before I saw this movie.
Yeah.
So Rambo 4 is fucking awesome. And I went to the movie all excited and hyped. Maybe expectations were a little too high. So saw this new one, and I was like, damn, this shit's fucking boring as hell.
Yeah.
The last 10 minutes were cool. You know, when he actually kills people.
When he goes Rambo, yeah.
When he does Rambo shit.
You're right.
You know. But the first, yeah. I'm like, why the fuck didn't this shit happen like a half hour ago? Like,
right. It's like you just waited for this shit to happen. Like, you could have gave us something in between, you know.
Yeah. Like, I didn't care about the plot. I didn't care about any of that shit. I just didn't give a shit, you know. I thought, well, you know, if they're just trying to show a human side to Rambo, maybe his background and shit, they should have threw his dad or his mom in there. Like, what if Clint Eastwood was Rambo's dad? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, isn't Stallone like 80? You want his dad in the movie?
Sure, whatever, you know.
Hey, you know, another thing I think about that grandma or whoever was in the movie, I guarantee you Stallone was older than her.
Yeah, and here's another thing. Sylvester Stallone in a cowboy hat, I don't buy it. It just reminded me of Rhinestone. I mean,
kind of like a Bruce Springsteen type feel to it, you know.
I don't know, man. I just didn't buy that fucking hat. But, yeah, other than that, I was like, wait a second. Waiting for shit to happen. He keeps going back and forth to Mexico. He goes back down there, gets his ass kicked, comes back, goes back down there, kills some guys, comes back, goes back down there, kills some more, comes back. He keeps going back and forth. Like, yeah. The first time he went down to Mexico, I'm like, okay, here we go. Now he's going to kill some motherfuckers. And then he got his ass whipped. I was like, well, really? What the hell? And then, I don't know. I was just bored. And then by the time the shit happened at the end, I was like, finally, some cool shit, but I barely cared by then. So, and there was some, I will say, yes, there was an awesome 10 minutes. That was cool. That's what I waited to see. But by that time, I was like, it was like, it's the end of the movie now. You know?
Yeah, you got to wait through all it just to get to that one part. So
yeah, and I was like, just very underwhelmed, you know. And like I said, I just watched Rambo 4 before seeing the movie, like a few hours before that. That day, I saw it. I watched Rambo 4, and I was like, so hyped, you know, because Rambo 4 is awesome. That might be my favorite one.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I watched the movie. You said you were bored. I wasn't bored. But I won't say I was like into it either. I was. Yeah. I don't know. I was watching. I was watching the movie because honestly, the whole time, like I said, you saw Rambo 4. I saw 1, 2, 3, all the movies like that. This didn't feel like a Rambo movie.
No.
It just felt like a movie, and they just stuck Rambo's name.
Because he's wearing that fucking cowboy hat.
Right. So, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing, like, the bandana and the mullet or something. I don't know. Maybe something he should have had. I don't know.
You know?
But basically what the movie boils down to is that it was the first half of the movie was Taken, and the second half of the movie was Home Alone. Boom, you got a movie. This is Rambo.
Sure.
So it's just like, what? Okay, they're doing Taken again? Okay, whatever. That's why he's going to Mexico, you know. But instead of fucking up, you know, Mexico, he gets his ass kicked, you know. And then, you know, it's the home invasion thing. Everybody comes back there. So I want to say the movie was boring because I was into it, but I was just like, this isn't Rambo. It just feel like some generic dude Stallone is just playing. Like I say, we've seen him play like a million action dudes, Judge Dredd and whoever the fuck he playing from Demolition Man and shit like that. Just felt like another action dude he playing instead of Rambo. That was like the classic Rambo soundtrack was not there. You heard it a few times again, because that's really where it makes you feel like that's Rambo, because Rambo has an iconic soundtrack just like Star Wars and Superman and all the other shit like that. So when you barely hear it, it makes it feel like a generic action movie. And especially when you're just rehashing a plot from Taken, which they made like fucking 3 of those movies. You know, it's just like, okay, Rambo really has nothing left to say. Because like you said, like you saw Rambo 4, awesome movie. Everybody loves the first Rambo, First Blood. Everybody loves First Blood because the movie has something to say. You know, a lot of people.
You know something? He doesn't kill anybody in that movie.
One guy, he kills one guy by accident.
By accident, he throws the rock at the helicopter and he falls out.
Right.
But he doesn't kill anybody, even though he just fucks up he beats the shit out of everybody and fucks up the town.
Yeah, he caused a lot of like property damage, but that's really about it. Other than that, he just didn't go on Carnage. Like he was about to go fucking nuts, but then Troutman comes in and stops. He was like, "War's over," you know, so like shit like that.
I can't find his legs, Johnny. I can't find his
Nothing
legs.
is over. And then there was a few callbacks. You heard a few classic lines that they said in the old movies that was said to kind of remember. Oh, I'm watching a Rambo movie. Okay, I forgot that for a second. I think more than anything else that this movie is gonna get attacked by you know who. Well, I'm gonna just say it.
Oh no, let's go. Do it. Because I got something to say.
Okay, I mean, because like I said, the movie at the most part is forgettable. Like fans, like Eli, you saw the movie. Do you ever you watched Rambo for this weekend because you said the movie was awful? Will you ever watch this movie again?
Probably not.
Me neither. I'm just going on top of my head. I probably would never watch this movie again. I probably forget this movie even existed probably by tomorrow. Weird by a Rambo movie because, like I said, I marathon all the Rambo movies this week because I love the Rambo movies. I love Rambo 2 because Rambo 2, everybody says it was a dumb action movie. It wasn't as dumb as people make it. It was trying to say something there also because of the way, just like part 1 was talking about how we treated Vietnam vets, the other movie was the same way. It was like it was showing you how we don't give a shit about Vietnam vets, how we still have POWs over there and we ignore them. But we drop Rambo in there, he'll just wipe Vietnam off the map, bring the POWs home. You can say maybe they mishandled it, but there was still a message in there. Rambo 3, I'll get to Rambo 3 in a second. That's that's a whole different topic, But the point with this movie, they had nothing to say. It was just Taken and Home Alone. Oh, I feel like they did have something to say, but what they said, I think it's the wrong time to say that. Me personally. I don't know if you saw it, Eli.
I don't know. I saw, well, depends what you saw. Fuck it, let's go there.
I'm going to tell you what I saw. I don't think anybody else is going to get into it, but I'll tell you what I saw. I think this movie is pretty much like masturbation fodder for Trump supporters. I'm gonna go back and repeat, basically explain what I'm saying. Okay. Because the whole movie, like I said, Rambo's in Mexico. It's lawless. Everybody's a rapist, a mean hombre, So they cross the border and they come to Rambo's home. It's Finn's home, and they're like the worst of the worst of the worst. Every single Mexican he meets in there is either completely evil or they are complicit to the evil that they do. It's either or, So he's protecting his home from these evil Mexicans trying to cross the border over there. I think they even like the wall that they're trying to build. I think they even crossed that to get to Rambo to kill him.
They went underneath. He had an underground tunnel that the cartel dude. Yeah. Remember they had an underground tunnel that they went through. Yeah.
Yeah, some shit like that. So I think I'm like, is that what the movie is trying to do? Is this more fear mongering we're doing for Mexicans?
I don't know. I think I disagree.
Okay. I just want to know if you saw that or not. That's all.
I can see that argument. I can see overwoke SJWs crying around about this shit. And I've seen the headlines. New Rambo's racist. It's Trump era, fantasy, whatever.
And the fucked up thing about it, I didn't see any of that. Like the news reports stuff I didn't see. I was just watching the movie and seeing are they?
And I saw all this shit after I saw the movie.
Okay. So
I was like, really? What the fuck? Okay. But here's what stood out. When one of the times when he's coming back from Mexico, Rambo is in his truck. And he drives right through that fence. It says, U.S. border, do not cross. And he just drives right through it.
Right.
To me, I thought that was blatantly anti-Trump, anti-wall. He was like, fuck the border. That's what I saw. So when I heard about all this, it's so racist and blah, 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 I'm like, really? Because that one scene, he drives right through the fence. Like, fuck the wall, fuck your fences, fuck your border. That's how I saw it. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe you saying I'm saying this. My personal opinion from seeing this movie, I think it was completely pro-Trump. I mean, let's be honest. It's a movie about a white dude that's just murdering every single brown dude he sees. That's pretty much what the movie is. Yeah, not saying it's wrong with that.
Remember, he's also half Navajo.
That's true. Okay. He's Italian.
But he's Navajo.
I know. Canonically, he's half Navajo. So it makes it okay to murder every brown person in.
And not all the Mexicans were cool. Like, didn't the nice Mexican lady save him and shit? And
that's true, but at the same time, she was kind of complicit. Not to say she was complicit, but she was like apathetic. Didn't really want to help him. She tried to.
Well, she followed him and like saved his ass, basically.
Okay, so there's that one Mexican. Not all Mexicans, And
the doctor she brought him to.
That's true. Okay, so you got two good Mexicans in the movie. And I guess his niece also, but she's like half Mexican. We never seen the mother, so we don't know.
And the grandma. We
don't know who the fuck she was. She a grandma? Was that his girlfriend? Who the fuck was that?
I thought it was like the aunt because it was his sister's kid, right?
Right. They never said. They never said how they're related.
Yeah. I don't know. All I know is I didn't care. I'm like, okay, this is a Rambo movie. He's got to kill these motherfuckers. Right. Are they the bad guys? Cool. Kill these motherfuckers.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go with you now. I'm gonna go with you now.
He didn't kill them for like 2 hours. And that's what was frustrating. I was like, okay, yeah, they're assholes. They're a bunch of mean hombres. Now, kill these motherfuckers, Rambo. And he didn't, and that's why I hated the movie.
Okay, here's my thing about this. Now, you said you were bored through the whole movie. I felt like the movie went out of its way. Like the movie, I don't know how long the movie was, 2 hours, whatever like that. Let's say for an hour and a half, they went out of their way to show you how much of an asshole these Mexicans were. They pretty much snorting coke, beating women, shooting them, stabbing them, raping them, whatever the fuck you want to do. So they're showing you all this shit. And then they're planning a home invasion of Rambo's house. So they drag this out as much as possible. So that means that whatever Rambo does to these guys, it's legitimate. It's okay. It's perfectly fine with it.
Well, yeah.
Because he basically turns into Jason Voorhees in that last 30 minutes.
He's fucking Rambo. That's what I paid to see.
He wasn't even Rambo. He was Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, ripping out hearts.
I mean,
he ripped out the fucking the last movie. He ripped out a dude's throat and then he disemboweled that one general and shit. Yeah, it was dope.
But you know what? Because they played their hand because I knew he was gonna do that at the end of the movie. You ripped my heart out when you killed her. Now I'm gonna show you how it feels. I'm like, that's gonna be ending.
Yeah.
Wait for it, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
And so gory as fuck, but I was loving it. I was like, damn, he's showing the dude. I'm gonna show you his heart.
Yeah. I don't know. You could bitch. I mean, people can bitch about it because they're pussies.
Yeah.
But
like I said, it's not gonna stop my enjoyment from it. I just know.
Yeah. I was like, oh, her dad's an asshole. Cool. Well, can Rambo kill him now? Like, okay.
You know what's fucked up? I thought I saw her dad in that cave. As one of the henchmen. I promise you I thought I saw him as one of the henchmen.
Well, cool. He should have died an hour earlier. But I don't know, man. I was just like, I didn't care about the daughter. I didn't care about it. They could have been so simple. Like, he's, okay, Rambo on the ranch in Arizona. The cartels want to run fucking drugs through his land. They want to pay him. He's like, no. So then there's the story right there. Hey, we'll give you some money, Rambo, to use your land to smuggle drugs. He's like, get off.
But he has to go to Mexico.
And then that's the story right there. And then then they come and kidnap his daughter, they fuck him up, and then he's got to go there and with the fucking helicopter and blow the whole fucking town up.
Yeah, honestly, that's yeah. I was just saying what I would have wished, because like I said, everybody keeps saying these movies straight too far away from the first movie. I would have loved it if he did fuck up that Mexican town and he stayed in Mexico and just kept shooting up everybody. Federales, drug dealers. Hello?
Every movie he jumps into a helicopter. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, but every movie he's always jumping in like in a tank or a gunship, a helicopter. The last movie he jumped in that truck with a big giant gun and it's and that's what I was
I love it. He would just turn the people into hamburger. I was loving that shit.
Yeah, they're just exploding on yeah. And it's like, okay, and I bought it because he's an old man. No, he's not going to start fist fighting like the Indiana Jones movie and shit. He's an old man. Fuck it. I'm just going to get on this big ass gun and pull the trigger and mow down this whole fucking army.
Just keep it simple.
Yeah.
But I would have liked it. I would have liked it if the ending of this movie, instead of it turning to Home Alone, he would have stayed in Mexico and had like a Mexican standoff. Like cartels, everybody's trying to get at him, police, everybody. You know, like in the first movie. But now he's in Mexico.
Yeah.
And he just really just go to town on people just because.
Dun, that song
music,
plays.
yeah.
It's a long road.
Frank Stallone playing in the background and shit. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, overall it was a forgettable movie. Honestly, until the last like 15 minutes, I forgot it was a Rambo movie. You know, they finally tied it to Rambo, and even then, it still felt like, is it really Rambo, or is it just like some weird Home Alone alternate future where it could have been that kid or Jason Voorhees or some shit like that? You know, because other than the bow and arrow, I would have never thought it was a Rambo movie.
Yeah, especially with him wearing that fucking hat.
He didn't wear the hat enough. Maybe he should. And that's the thing. He just looks so generic, so plain. Like, watch the first movie. He's got the bandana on. He's got like the ammo clips wrapped around his chest and shit.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the huge M16 gun. You know, he's iconic just looking at him. Now he just look bored.
He has that headband. He always wore that headband.
The headband and the mullet. you know, because it was the 80s. You know, but now he just looks regular. Like, you gotta have something to, and that's the thing about the movie. Like, compare Rambo to some of the newer action movies that are out right now. You say maybe it's unfair to do that, but I say it is fair to do that because Rambo's pretty much the godfather of these movies, the grandfather of these movies. Well, I would say Charles Bronson, but still, John Wick. You know, to a lesser degree, Hobbs and Shaw, because they also play like some invincible one-man armies that just mow down everybody, stuff like that. But those movies have like that slick action where John Wick always seems like he's just, you know, he's dancing with somebody while he's fighting. It feels like a choreography.
It's very stylized.
Right, it's very stylized. Where this isn't that, you know. It's gritty. Do you think maybe Rambo could have stood to be more stylized?
But he's an old man. I don't see Rambo like getting in all these fistfights and shit. He's always been. I mean, he did it in a couple of movies where he fights the big guy because he was like younger back in the 80s. But now, that's what I liked about the last movie. In Rambo 4, he's an old man. He's like, I ain't got time to fight. I'm just going to get on this big-ass gun and just blow everybody away. Just fucking shoot everybody in the fucking hamburger, like you said. And it was awesome. It was so fun. The one guy, and he sneaks up on him. He goes up to that general, and he like cuts his guts out, and it was so fucking cool. Like, you know, I don't see that. I just wanted more. Like, what the action that happened was cool. I was fine with that Home Alone shit, the tunnel shit. Yeah, that was cool. I didn't mind that. I just wanted more of it and more frequently. You know,
honestly, I know you wanted more frequently, more of the action that was in there. I kind of wanted them to dig more into Rambo's psyche, which I think they started to, but didn't really go there where they should have. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Because they show like the PTSD flashbacks and him in Vietnam and him taking pills to calm down and him telling,
what if he just went to Mexico? Look, okay, if they want to keep the stupid, niece, check, he's finding his niece. What if he went there and just started torturing everybody? Like, because he was a POW.
Right. Because that's tortured. The thing. It felt like halfway through the movie, they went away from that.
Yeah, it's like he could have went there. I'm trying to find my niece. Oh, I don't know where the fuck she is. And then next thing you know, he's got the motherfucker all tied up like he was in a tiger cage, and he's like torturing him and shit. Like this is what happened to me in the war.
Right, and then you actually see like a Viet Cong, flashing like he thinking he's him.
Yeah, and he's like,
he's off his meds.
Yeah, he's fucking carving up the dude. Torturing him like they tortured him in the POW camps.
Right.
But he's doing it to try and find his niece or whatever.
Like you're not going to do it again, Charlie. Just saying some shit like that.
Yeah, and that could have been there. But it's like he goes to Mexico, gets his ass kicked, goes back. Comes back, kills a few guys. Then he kept going back and forth, and just like, just let's get on with it. It just kept stopping.
But he had to go to Mexico to get the guys to follow him back home.
Yeah, but I suppose that could have been the final showdown. Yeah. But still, it could have been just one journey. He went to Mexico, fucked everything up, and got, killed some dudes, and then took his niece back, and then he knows they're coming. And then, the final showdown where he does that shit. That could have been cooler. It's just, I don't know. It just kept slowing down. It kept dragging.
I just feel like the movie could have suffered from just, I mean, it could have stood to just dig more into Rambo's psyche. That's all. It did feel like it just digged into it for a little while and then just went paint by numbers. Oh, it's taken. Liam's got to get his daughter. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Like we're supposed to, this drama about the daughter and the dad that left her, and it's like this scene.
But they told you repeatedly ahead of time he was an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole. It's like, oh, and then we see him be an asshole, and you're like, okay, yeah, now can he die now? Where's
Rambo? So you took all the tension out of it right then. Yeah, I wanted Rambo to kill that guy.
Yeah, where's Rambo? Like, this
maybe
is Rambo
he could have
movie,
been
right?
in on the whole human trafficking shit.
Yeah, and it's just like, I didn't care about any of that shit. I went there to see Rambo blow up the world.
Yeah, but like I said, I felt like it was more worthwhile watching them guys be assholes. That when Rambo finally went Rambo, it made it more satisfying to me.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, that last 10 minutes was cool. You know, when they invade him and he booby traps the place and he goes around and he's got the Doors song playing. That was so cool. And that was what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he starts playing the Doors song. Yeah, that's a Vietnam era song. It's like, yeah, he was a Vietnam vet. And you're right. We don't get enough of that background of who Rambo was, especially since he's back in the U.S.
Right.
You know? He went back home.
Make it how it's hard for him to get around. Because that was the first movie where it was hard for him to function in society. They didn't play that up enough in this movie.
Yeah, he basically goes back home to his house, to his family, that we've never seen in any of the movies.
And really don't even know how they're related or connected.
Yeah, yeah. He could have had a
niece
grandma.
And some woman.
Yeah, he could have had his Navajo grandma, because isn't his mom was Navajo, right? I think that's what it was.
I think so, or something. Yeah.
Yeah. They could have totally did something like that, you know?
But she spoke Spanish, so shit, where did she come from?
Yeah, brown people, they're all the same. Oh, but they don't. Shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Rambo, like, get out of here before I actually kill you too. I get you mixed up with everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, score. Let's slap score on this bad boy. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. I think I liked it more than you did.
You probably did. I'm gonna go 2.
Okay.
I'm just, like I said, so it was disappointing. I was really disappointed. And I don't hate it because it was racist. I hate it because there wasn't enough killing him.
Because it was misogynist. Because they're saying that too.
It wasn't a misogynist enough. That's why I hate it.
Eli scored not enough misogyny or racism. 2 out of 5.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
Like I said, he's half Navajo. He can get away with this shit.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. I guess that's all the time we had. I guess we move on to the next part of the podcast. Okay. Next part of the video game section, Eli. Okay. So this week they had some whole special. Well, first off, I want everybody to know that the Call of Duty beta is out, but be careful because I'm hearing it's crash the system, so you may not want to download it. But anyway, I ended up getting 7 games for free this weekend.
Damn.
Okay. What games and actually 3 of them I already own, but 4 of them I already own, but that's not the point. So on PC, if you sign up for Epic, if you go on Epic Launcher, and you can do this right now, you can go on Epic Launcher, download it, you can get 6 Batman games for free. That is Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, of course, those games, and the 3 Lego Batmans that came out. So you get all 6 of those games.
I played one of them. I did have one of those.
You did? Yeah. I've never played them before. I don't care to play them before, but they're free.
They're fun. They're fun. Those Lego games are fun. I don't know if you ever played a Lego game. They're fun.
You know what? Because you said that, I may download it. I might even Twitch stream it. Just for fuck of it.
It's just stupid fun. Okay. It's like the Lego Batman movie. You like the Lego Batman movie? You like the Lego Batman game?
Cool. I love the Lego Batman movie. So yeah, why not? Okay. Is Conor King on it?
Not the one I played. I don't think so.
Fuck that game. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about Batman Day.
Oh yeah, it was Batman Day.
It was Batman Day. Okay. Look, if y'all want to know what we think about Batman, go listen to every other fucking podcast we've ever recorded. Because we mentioned
Leroy hates
Batman. It's not that I hate him. But I just don't feel like talking about it right now. And so that was the 6 games I got, all Batman, probably because of Batman Day, like that. And the 7th game I got was actually Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which I already owned anyway.
Oh damn, that's old.
That's an old game. So here's how you, and this deal is going on right now also. So if you want that game, what you have to do is go on. You have to download the Rockstar Games launcher on PC. That's all you got to do. Just download the launcher. Once you download the launcher, there's a little voucher for Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Download it, play it. That's it. It's an old enough game, so even if you have a relatively new PC, laptop, whatever like that, you can play it. It can play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, so knock yourself out. I just gave you 7 games you can play on PC. Knock yourself out. You heard it here first. Oh, and I think that's it for video game section. Probably something else I'm going to talk about, but I'll talk about it later on. Okay, that being said, can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about it. This is the Comic Book Bullies, where we sometimes talk about comic books, and this is where we actually talk about comic books now. We're going to talk about the books that came out this week, and I guess I'll start it off, Eli?
Sure.
All right, you already know where I'm going to go. Okay, we're going to start off with House of X number 5. I think we're at 5.
Is this the last one?
No, it's not.
Oh, damn.
I take it you didn't read this one.
I haven't read the last few. I haven't read...
Okay. Eli, this one was a doozy. I'm not going to lie. This one was a doozy. Like I said, the House of X books have been faring better and more coherent to me than the Powers of 10 books. So basically the House of X books, okay, remember, I don't remember how long ago, just like 2 weeks ago, we talked about House of X, how the X-Men went to the humans' moon base, sun base. Mole, and they found the mother mole with a master mole and the moles, and they chopped the heads off, something like that, and they all died. Yeah. Okay, they're dead. Done. They're not coming back. So, back in Krakoa, we finally figure out what Professor X is doing. Professor X grows more mutants. Those same mutants that died, Wolverine, Cyclops, something like that, he clones them.
Oh, no shit. That's
what he did. So, do you remember at the because I know you read House of X 1, the first book. And remember when they showing the very first page, you see the Krakoa tree, and you see these 5 people climbing out, and you see Professor X going, "To me, my X-Men."
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
That exact scene plays out. But it's showing Wolverine, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Jean Grey, whatever like that, butt ass naked. You know. Yeah. Now, here's the thing.
Do we see Wolvie Dong?
No, man.
Does Wolverine got nards?
Wolfman got nards. Monster Squad is a classic. Please do not remake that movie. But yeah, so that's the thing. Here's how they clone him, because remember in the last book we talked about how he made the deal with Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister, he made a deal with him where he was going to collect all of because he knows Mr. Sinister was collecting all the DNA of everybody on the planet. He like, give me all the mutants' DNA. So that's what he did. He took the mutants' DNA and he called these mutants the 5. It's 5 mutants they use to reproduce or to clone mutants. It's Proteus, Elixir, Tempest. I don't know any of those people. I know Proteus, he's cool. Hope Summers, which is one of the Summers people. There's like 100 of them. And the most important mutant, Gold Balls. Okay. His purpose, he's a Bendis character. But anyway, his purpose is that his mutant power is to shoot gold balls out of his chest. But somehow, it's stupid as fuck. He's always been like a stupid ass mutant nobody ever pays attention to. But somehow Hickman has retconned it where the gold balls that he shoot out of his chest are actually eggs. So they fertilize these eggs with the DNA that they got from Mr. Sinister, and then the other mutants use their powers to like fast forward, grow them in like within a 48-hour period. So boom, okay, so they're clone, but they're just lifeless clones with no husk. So what Professor X does, that was cerebral that he has in his head, he's been making mental backups of all the mutants on Krakoa. So just in case if something would happen where they do die and he got to reproduce them, stuff like that, he can put their souls back in their bodies. So when he does that to Cyclops, Cyclops instantly remembers everything that just happened, even though he's a brand new clone that just, hatched 48 hours ago. He was like, Professor X, did we get him? He was like, yeah, well, you took out Master Mold. So, like I said, they're butt ass naked, still got, clone goop dripping all over and stuff like that. Storm's like, okay, y'all ready? Come on, we got to celebrate. So they put him in the middle of Krakoa, and all the mutants come out and celebrate, them. They're all butt ass naked, still dripping and shit like that, but they don't care. Mutants, mutants, mutants. Like the scene in the Matrix, shit like that. I don't think they had like a wild orgy or some shit, but it's kind of reminds me of that. That's part 1. Part 2. Because while they're having a celebration, Magneto talks to Professor X. He was like, okay, now that that's all done, when does the hearing starts when they tell us about whether or not they're gonna make us our own nation? He's like, oh yeah, it happens tomorrow. So they go to the United Nations tomorrow, and Professor X sees Emma Frost, across the room, and they having like this telepathic, conversation, high and by and stuff like that. And Professor X tells Emma, he tells Emma, so Emma, you talked to the Russians, right? And they said they were gonna turn us down. She's like, yeah, they did. And Professor like, it's interesting how they changed their mind at the last minute. And Emma's like, yeah, that is funny. And Professor like Emma, I know what you did. He's like, well, what you trying to say, Charles? Because if you ever use your powers like that, it kind of gives a feedback for it that I can tell when somebody didn't change their mind on their own. But you know what? Krakoa thanks you. And she was like, well, don't thank me, Charles. Why don't you make me a governor of one of your Krakoan nation? And Charles says back, governor? Come on, Emma, I'm thinking bigger than that. That's that. Cut to the third act. Okay, so the third act, Wolverine is standing, ready to fight at the Krakoa door, the portal door, there's something there. And he's talking to Professor X. He's like, Chuck, I don't like this. I don't like what you about to do. And then Charles and Magneto basically telling them that, look, we told you when we made Krakoa, everybody is welcome. And Magneto even tells Wolverine, like if we didn't say everybody, I wouldn't be here. Hell, if we had a gatekeeping rules like that, Wolverine, you wouldn't even be here. And Wolverine like, I still don't like it. And then they tell him, here they come. So they get some new interests. And the people coming into Krakoa are all of their villains. Mr. Sinister, Azazel, Exodus, all the upstarts and the acolytes and shit like that. So everybody they ever fought is welcome in Krakoa, including Apocalypse. In Sabanur, walks right through the door also. And Wolverine looks at Apocalypse like, we're going to have a problem, bub. And Apocalypse looks down on Wolverine like, you tell me. But Krakoa recognizes Apocalypse and like welcomes him with open arms and shit like that because Apocalypse actually protected Krakoa 3,000 years ago. And then Magneto says, I want to hear everybody in here say it. And Apocalypse basically says, look, we don't want any problems. We agree with everything you're doing. Basically, you mutants are doing right now what I've been trying to get y'all to do for the last 3,000 years. So I have no problem with anything. So I'm good. So Professor X sticks out his hand. Apocalypse sticks out his hand. They shake hands. The end. So, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so the X-Men won, I guess. I don't know. It feels weird. Like they got everything they ever wanted. Krakoa is a nation. Krakoa is a nation, but there is some nations that refuse to trade with them. Madripoor, Latveria, of course, because of Dr. Doom, and interesting enough, Wakanda. And not only Wakanda, none of the other African nations would trade with Krakoa either because of their treaty with Wakanda. So that's very interesting. Wakanda's basically saying fuck the mutants. And so, yeah. Overall, give the book 4.5 out of 5. Pretty cool. Wasn't a whole lot of action in it, but like I said, the action in the other books, but just that shocking ending with Apocalypse, Professor X shaking hands, you're like, okay, where is this book going? Okay. But yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, did you read Absolute Carnage?
I did, but I'm gonna let you handle that.
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay.
Yeah, you can go.
All right. Absolute Carnage, number 3. Our Absolute Carnage minute. Bum, bum, bum.
Danny Cates,
okay. Yeah. Donny Cates, yes. And Stegman. So what's been going on? Absolute Carnage. Cletus Cassidy. He's back. He's collecting all the DNA samples of everybody who's ever had a symbiote, been a host of a symbiote called Codex. He's collecting these codexes to resurrect Null, the symbiote god. Venom and Spider-Man are on the case, fighting him. They try to intercept him, trying to get Norman Osborn, but that went awry, and there was a big old fight. It spilled out into the streets. Miles Morales showed up. Fucking him and the Scorpion were fighting. Scorpion gets fucked up. Miles Morales gets infected with a symbiote. So we got symbiote Miles.
Mm-hmm. We lost the kid.
And we lost the kid. Total throwback to, the MCU. Mm-hmm. So basically, they basically hightail it out of there. Venom and Spider-Man take off with they got their what's his name, backs all broken.
Matt Gargan, Scorpion.
Yeah. They make it back to the hideout where they're hiding out, where the Maker has this machine that's supposed to extract the codex from the host. But in Venom, the last issue of Venom, Dylan, who is Eddie Brock's son but doesn't know, let loose all the symbiotes that were stored there at the facility, and they all infected the Maker, and he took off. But the Avengers show up, or I guess superheroes show up.
Yeah, it's still the Avengers.
It's the Avengers. You got Captain America, you have Wolverine, you got Spider-Man, you got The Thing, and for some reason, Bruce Banner. I do not know why Bruce Banner is there.
Right. Yeah, because I thought they were like scared of him or some shit, but whatever.
And I'm reading Immortal Hulk, and so I have no idea. But fuck it, it's comic books.
Right. Johnny Cage done whatever the fuck he wants to do right now. So.
Bruce Banner's there, so they're all working on it, trying to figure out how to get the codex. But here's something weird, like this twist at the end where they're looking at the machine, and then they think it's Eddie. Mm-hmm. But then it turns out it's not Eddie. It's actually Cletus. Mm-hmm. And he morphs into Carnage and shit. I didn't know Cletus could do that.
I didn't know he could either. But...
I didn't know that at all. I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, but at this point, it's like, what can't he do?
Whatever, sure. So he cloned himself, to make him look like Eddie Brock. Mm-hmm. And he's standing right next to Spider-Man in the lab. And then all of a sudden the other Eddie comes in, get away from him. And then says, ha, 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 I am. And then he gives this really gnarly speech about how evil he is.
Oh, and how everybody tried to blame it on video games.
Yes, that's right.
Movies.
That's right. Yeah.
I thought that shit was awesome. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sharing that scan. I'm just letting you know that now.
Yeah, he said, those didn't make me. I am the sex. I am the violence. I am the abuse.
Like the same thing that makes those things violent and sexy is the same thing that created me also.
Yeah, you know my name. Now scream it. Yeah. So basically, Carnage is right about to fuck shit up, and then Venom, Eddie Brock's symbiote's like, okay, fuck this. Since Eddie, you're being a pussy, I'm gonna go jump on David or Bruce Banner's. So he basically bonds with Bruce Banner, and then the last panel is, we are Hulk. It's Venom Hulk.
Well, Carnage kills Banner.
Okay.
Yeah, he killed Banner, but at that point it didn't matter because Venom sucked the gamma out of him or something.
Did he kill him?
Yeah, he killed him.
Oh, that's right. It's okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. At this point, Banner is Kenny from South Park. So.
Yeah, I don't even know why he was there. Like, what the fuck did he do? But
you killed Banner, you bastards. Yeah.
But pretty cool. 4 out of 5. This is just moving along quite briskly.
I do like it that you don't have to read the filler issues. You can just skip through. Cause like I said, at the beginning of the book, Miles was a symbiote. I didn't know how he got there, but guess what? I didn't care. Yeah. He's a symbiote. Keep on going with the story. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. 4 out of 5.
Okay. Oh, I'm next. Okay. Yeah. So we did one Spider-Man book. Let's stick with another Spider-Man book. So this is the book we've been shitting on for the last month without even reading it.
You read it though, didn't you?
I read it. I went ahead and read it so I could shit on it properly. So this is Spider-Man #1, written by J.J. and Henry Abrams. Okay.
Father and son.
Sanford and Son. Let's just jump into this bad boy. Okay.
You figured J.J. Abrams just couldn't let his son just do it himself?
I think he did. Well, we'll talk about that. Okay. So,
now, I want my name on the book too.
I think. Let me look at this again because I think his name actually might be first. I think Henry's name went first, but anyway, what's that bridge that goes to Queens?
Queensbridge?
Oh, okay. I knew it was something. Okay, so they're on Queensbridge. They're on the bridge that goes to Queens like that. They're fighting, and it's getting just destroyed, stuff like that. Mary Jane runs onto the bridge and she sees Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is just fucked up. Matter of fact, his arm has like compound fractures all over the place, like bones sticking all out of his flesh and shit like that. And she's like, "Look at you." He's like, "Yeah, well, you should have seen the other guy." And then she's like, "Well, that's not funny. You know, well, he would have laughed at it." And then while they're doing that, this mean cyborg bad guy named Cadaverous pops out of nowhere with a whole bunch of like cyborg robot drones and shit like that. He says, "Spider-Man, we need you." And they just start beating the shit out of Spider-Man. You know, actually, his arm that was already damaged to begin with, they cut that shit off. So his arm is gone. You know. Oh, and they kill Mary Jane. And throw her off the Queensbridge. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Stab her right through the heart, then throw her off the bridge. So Spider-Man scoops her up. When he scoops her up, he comes back. Cadaverous flies off, stuff like that. Cut to it. They're at Mary Jane's funeral. Peter, with one arm, is holding the hand of a little boy, redheaded boy, which we assume is their son. Cut to 12 years later. The boy's name is Ben Parker. He gets up, seemed to be a cool kid. Takes out the trash, cooks breakfast, but the breakfast not for him. He's cooking breakfast for Aunt May and leaves out. But in school, he is a troubled youth. He's always getting into fights. The reason he's always getting into fights because anytime somebody that's not Flash Thompson is beating the shit out of somebody else, he steps in and beats the shit out of them. You know. And then right before they're about to suspend him and kick him out of school, Peter shows up. But apparently they have Peter and Ben have this strange relationship where they don't really communicate. He hasn't seen Peter in years. Peter is pretty much like a deadbeat he's always flying out of town. He's only in town just for right now, just to talk. They get into an argument. Ben's just like, you know what? Let me just walk home. You know, so he walks home. The next day, you know, he's in detention because Peter was able to plead with the principal to, instead of suspending him, put him in detention. He meets this girl. I forgot the name. Girl, Edo Ray, some shit like that.
Jane Mary.
Yeah, basically, Ari Ain or something. So, and the next day, we see him back at home. You know, we see Aunt May. So this is not MILF, you know, Marissa Tomei, you know, hot Aunt May, stuff like that. No, this is old Aunt May, Wheat Cakes Aunt May, older than old Aunt May, oldest Aunt May you've ever seen. And then Ben is having these nightmares because he sleeps with, you know, picture of Mary Jane, you know, his mother, you know, in his arms, and he had this nightmare about her getting killed and stuff like that. So he freaks out having a nightmare. He wakes up, he's on the ceiling, hanging to the ceiling. Like, how the hell am I hanging on the ceiling? Because he didn't know about any of this stuff. He didn't know about Peter's past. He didn't know about Mary Jane past, none of that stuff. So he's hanging on the ceiling, don't know. Mary Jane, Aunt May is telling him, Ben, get down from the ceiling. I got to show you something. So he gets down from the ceiling. She takes him up to the attic. What I want you to do, remember all the stuff you looked at before, you know, your past about your dad and your mom, stuff like that? This time, look under the floorboard. I want you to find something on there. So he looks on the floorboard, sees all this other stuff like love letters and, you know, Peter's, you know, Daily Bugle pass and the old Spider-Man suit. The end. So, yeah.
Is it a one shot or is we?
No. It's I think it's a mini series.
Oh, okay.
Or some shit. Yeah. So yeah, the boy is Spider-Man. Overall, like whatever. First off, here's the thing that made me mad about this story. It's very formulaic. It's just another Spider-Man story. They try to, it's something you've never seen before. We've seen this before. Matter of fact, we've seen this with Peter had, instead of a boy, he had a girl, Spider-Girl. It's the same fucking story. And her name was Mayday Parker. You know, now he's got Ben Parker, redhead boy, supposed to have all these spider powers and shit like that. It's the same thing. He's beating up a bully that's not named Flash Thompson. He meets a girl in school that's not Mary Jane Watson or not Gwen Stacy, whatever like that. You know, it's the same story playing out. So what are you telling different? I mean,
Mary Jane died, dude.
That's another thing. Okay, remember, how you gonna tell that story? Eli, they fridged her. You can't do that in 2019. Now I know you're gonna call me, you know, a SJW and a snowflake.
I'm reading it now.
Okay, I know you're gonna call me a snowflake and all this shit like that, but it's 2019. You can't use these old tropes. Now, let me just explain what, because like I said, I don't know who's listening and who don't know what fridging is. Let me just explain and just break that down for you. So, there's an old trope in comics called women in the refrigerator trope. It's a trope that they have gone out of their way to not do anymore because they used to abuse that shit back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. It was coined by Gail Simone. Basically, how the phrase was coined was because now people know about Green Lantern. They know about Hal Jordan. They know about Jon Stewart, the black one. They don't know about the Latino Green Lantern, which is Kyle Rayner. One of his bad guys found out who he was, found out where he lived, found his girlfriend, killed her, beat her up, broke every bone in her body, and when Kyle Rayner came home, found her dead body in his refrigerator. Hence, women in the refrigerator trope. That's where it got coined. However, the trope had been going on way longer before then because it actually started becoming a trend. People started noticing. Basically, what happens is anytime a hero gets a girlfriend or a mother or a sister like that, the girlfriend will die, get shot, raped, lose her power, goes missing, whatever. She's just a plot device for the hero to overcome something. Yeah. Kind of like what we just talked about with Rambo. Like his niece got fridged, you know.
Basically,
so they're not even characters. They're just plot devices. Like, we can go back to Gwen Stacy getting thrown off a bridge, Barbara Gordon getting shot.
The Punisher.
All his family getting shot and shit like that. Jean Grey, even the fact that how she got her powers and she committed suicide because she couldn't handle it. And the list goes on. We can keep going down the road with this, but that's the point of it, that they call it the women refrigerator trope. So once they named that trope, Gail Simone went out of a way to make a website pointing out every single example of that. Comics have been trying to stay away from the trope because they know it's problematic. And then you come with this story where Mary Jane get killed. You know, so I get it. It's an Elseworld what-if story like that, but at the same time, you're doing lazy tropes with that, and that kind of turned me off the story. I was like, what if we had it flip-flop? What if Peter died and Mary Jane lived? And she had to teach, little Ben on how to use his power, stuff like that. Something like that. But we didn't go that route. So, I mean, just the whole thing just felt formulated, lazy, and then they were supposed to be surprised that the boy finds the Spider-Man suit. We kind of knew that was going to happen. At the end of the day, this book just feels like fan fiction. That's why you say, why couldn't just Henry write this story? I felt like Henry did write this story. It's just his
fan. You, Dad.
Maybe so.
Fuck you, Dad. You're always leaving and going and directing movies and leaving me by myself.
Oh, you thinking he's putting himself in Ben's situation? Yeah. Oh, he's got this famous, successful father that everybody depends on, except he never sees him.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Ragged, giving this kid shitting all over his story. He's pouring his heart out, man.
Fuck that kid. He'll be all right. So that's my thing. This just felt formulaic. It felt cookie cutter. It felt assembly line. Now, I won't say I can do better. I'm just saying this seemed like something I would do. I'm expecting when I read a story to at least elevate the story some way. And I get it. It's Spider-Man. It's only so much you can do with Spider-Man because so much stuff has been done with Spider-Man. But you got to come better than that. You the one that asked for the assignment, Henry. You wanted Spider-Man. You got Spider-Man. Give me something never seen with Spider-Man. Do something else. Don't give me just redhead Spider-Man where hashing out your daddy issues through this boy. Gomer's gonna shit on me because we had an argument beforehand about this story. He was like, "Oh, this book is great." So I'm telling you right now, Comics Cast is gonna love this book. We're not Comic Cast.
I would have gotten it had my store had it. Like I said, my store is shutting down. My location is they're keeping the one in Minneapolis.
Why don't they try to get like Magic the Gathering or something?
They do. That's what sucks about it. Is like. The place is always packed. There's like tournaments every fucking other night. There's gaming and all this shit. They have the Mortal Kombat and the Super Smash shit. And on the weekends,
that's the dirty secret of comic book stores. Comic books don't sell enough to keep the lights on, so they have to do something else.
The weekends, it's always packed, motherfuckers with all their board games and their D&D and their Magic shit. And so it's like, really, this place is shutting down? Wow, what the hell, man? So inventory is starting. They got all the there's a lot of good deals going on there, but they probably are cutting down on their stock. So I didn't see the new Spider-Man book. That's why. So that's why I didn't read it. because I would have, just to check.
I want you to shit on it with me.
I'm sorry.
You might have liked it. I don't know. We would have been arguing about this book. I don't know.
Yeah. Fuck
Leave
this
Henry
kid
alone. He's a good kid.
Fuck him. Fuck that kid for expressing himself. Yeah. All right.
Oh man.
Okay. Am I next?
Yeah.
What did you rate it?
I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. Reason I'm shitting on it because it's just an okay book, not bad, but like I said,
the art are good.
You said what was that?
The art? How's the art?
Art was pretty decent. I mean, she's been doing Spider-Man books before, which is probably why I give it 3.5 out of 5 because the art was pretty expressive and the action stuff like that. But overall, it's nothing that makes me want to come back to it. That's saying it's not that it's a bad story. It's nothing that hooks me. That's all.
Okay.
So that's my whole thing. Like you gotta wow me. You hype this book up as much as it is. You gotta wow me. It didn't wow me. So yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I guess the next one I'll go with. Fuck it. Star Wars: Age of Resistance. Rose Tico.
Oh shit! Yeah, Comics Gate is gonna love this one.
Rose Tico's motherfuckers. You know what? I love this book.
Why? Did she die at the end or something?
No. I surprisingly liked it a lot. So basically, it is Rose's backstory. Basically, the story of her and her sister. And it's for those who don't know, The Last Jedi, yes, everybody's favorite fucking Star Wars movie. Rose's sister dies sacrificing herself in the beginning of the movie by, dropping bombs on the dreadnought or whatever at the beginning. She sacrifices herself. Mm-hmm. So she dies. But this shows basically the background, their relationship, how they grew up. They both grew up on this planet. It was made out of ore or mine. It was based the Republic, or what's it called now? The First Order. Mm-hmm. The First Order are basically raiding their planet for their minerals, for the resources, which is a total throwback to, giant corporations, fracking, and pipelines, going on fucking up farmers' lands and reservations and just fucking up the land and shit and forcing people out. So that's what basically has happened to her planet. The First Order came and kind of stripped of its resources and eventually destroyed the planet. So this, Rose and her sister end up joining the what are they called? The Resistance. Mm-hmm. I can't say the rebellion, but it's the Resistance now. So they join the Resistance and they become like eco-terrorists. They go around fucking up the planet, fucking up shit, shutting down, because they're like the one sister's the pilot, but Rose is a mechanic, so she can like hack into shit and fucking cut the mechanics and make machines fail and blow shit up. You know what I mean? So they become like Greenpeace warriors. You know what I mean? Green warriors. They do that shit. So that's what they're kind of doing.
Okay.
And then they eventually find out that the First Order destroyed their planet and they're vowing revenge. And they're just like, let's take this bomber, let's go find the biggest fucking ship we can, and let's blow that motherfucker up. And they're like, yeah, okay. And they're right about to jump on the ship when Princess Leia shows up.
Okay.
And she's like, you know what? I understand how you feel, and I'm not here to stop you. But I know what you guys are going through. I've lost so much. I've lost my home world. And I know how it feels to want to just go back and get revenge. And she says this, where's this line? It's like, do you want to be a minor convenience to the First Order? Or do you want to be a constant, frustrating pain in their side? Choose. So you could just go, she said, I've lost so many people, I don't want to lose any more soldiers. And they're like, okay. And then they vow to like, okay, we're going to stay and fight. We're not going to go on the suicide mission. And the whole time, you hear this narration. My sister's my hero. My sister's so cool. My sister's this. My sister's that. And then finally at the last panel, you said, my sister was my hero. Mm-hmm. I honestly believe Rose is destined to be something great. So you realize it's her sister that Rose was talking about Rose the whole time. Well, you thought it was Rose.
Talking about her, but she was talking about Rose. Okay.
So I was like, wow. I was like surprised. I thought this was surprisingly well told. And just, a cool, cute little story. So fuck it, 5 out of 5, motherfuckers.
Oh, you just pissed off so many people with that.
Yeah, these
Triggered.
nuts right here.
So many people triggered.
I got your triggers right here.
Honestly, I like it just because she pissed so many people off. I'm like, I mean, show her as many scenes as you can in the next movie.
Well, back to my comic store getting shut down. The Ray book came out. I didn't get that because it wasn't there.
Oh wow.
So I didn't read the Ray book. That's what I wanted to read. I got stuck with Rose. I was like, fuck. I get it. I was like, Rose.
I mean, either one will piss people off. So.
Like fucking. But then I read it and I was like, wow, that was. I liked it. I really liked it.
Okay.
Just because of the Leia scene. That scene with Leia was touching. You know, because Leia is the hardest. Leia's the hardest. I keep saying this. I said it on my fucking Geek Savs a couple weeks ago. Leia is the hardest motherfucker in the whole galaxy.
She really is. I mean,
yeah.
They come to rescue her. She ended up rescuing them. Watch her planet blows up. She doesn't flinch.
Yeah, she talks shit to Vader's face and walks away.
Right.
Like, she don't give a fuck.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna just read a book. What did I read? Fuck it. Let's do Valkyrie number 3. Okay. I'm gonna try to go through this before everybody falls asleep on this one, because nothing really happened in this book. So, like I said, last book, Heimdall was killed by Bullseye. Heimdall's last wish was he wants to go to the end of everything. So Jane Foster takes him there. She takes the end of everything, but in order to get there, she has to go through heaven. Now, this is not the heaven that you think of. This is the heaven that was created by Neil Gaiman, that was stolen by Todd McFarlane, who Neil Gaiman sued to get back from Todd McFarlane, and then sold to Marvel.
Oh.
As a fuck you.
And Angelica or
Angela, yeah, because that whole thing, it's a whole legal battle. YouTube it's some funny shit that we had with that.
Yeah.
One. So that's a
Spawn, because Spawn, he started hiring writers. He figured okay, I can't write. Right. I'm a hire writer, so he started hiring all these writers.
His limitations.
Yeah, and Neil Gaiman was one of them, and he created an awesome character.
Yep. And
then, fucking Todd McFarlane's like, hey. It's Image. No, it's mine. And now Marvel owns her.
Right. Because
you stupid fucker, Neil.
Todd McFarlane went out of his way that anybody that comes over to write for his story, he said they own the character. He told them that. That's how he got him to get on there. Yeah. And then he steals the character from them. Like, what the fuck, Todd McFarlane? You're an asshole. He basically became the same people he hates. He basically did he did what Marvel and DC did, the same reason he got away from them. And Neil Gaiman did it specifically to say "fuck you" to Todd McFarlane. Mm-hmm. He was like, "That's why you give me. I'm just selling Marvel." So, anyway, what are we talking about?
Now Angela's a Disney princess.
Now she's Thor's sister or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That's why it's so confusing.
So I don't feel bad.
It doesn't even make any fucking sense, man. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, they go through heaven. They go through heaven. Then they go through hell. And then they go to the end of everything, which they call it the Far Shore. And Jane Foster tells Heimdall, is this where you want to be? Yep, this want to be. Okay, bye. And she throws him in the abyss. That's it. She teleports back to New York City. She don't understand how she got there, but she's there. And then she turns, and her horse that she's been riding the whole time starts talking to her. She's like, you can talk? Yeah, I can talk the whole time. Sorry for headbutting you in the back of the head last issue, but Bullseye told me to do that. Like, what do I call you? Call me Mr. Horse. Like, okay, Mr. Horse, let's ride. And she just flies off. Meanwhile, somebody's watching on TV, cleaning a blade, and she was like, I sent Bullseye to go kill her and take the sword, but he wouldn't get the job done. So, I'm going to have the one to do it. Now that the Heimdall, the god of the all-seeing, is dead, they'll never see me coming. And you turn around, and it's the Grim Reaper. Yeah, the end.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's a really bullshit villain. Why they got these lame-ass villains fighting Valkyrie? She can step her game up a little bit more. Nobody's seen the Grim Reaper since the 80s, but whatever. Art's pretty cool. 35. I don't even know why I read this. I was just bored. You took all the good shit, so I had something else to read.
Well, should I read a shitty book too then? I'll review a shitty book too.
I thought you were going to do Guardians.
You want me to shit on... You want to shit on Batman then?
I was going to say fuck Batman. It's not even really worth talking about.
Okay.
Batman 78. They fight Magpie. They beat him. They fall in love. The end.
79.
79? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's the book. Okay.
Yeah, more of the same shit of the last issue.
Yeah.
Still getting ready to go fight Bane. Yeah, they're still getting ready.
I thought they were ready, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
I really want you to do Guardians. But if you want,
you want me to do Guardians?
Yeah, you can do Guardians.
Okay, but I don't know any of these motherfuckers.
Okay,
it's
cool, man.
So Guardians of the Galaxy, the Church of Scientology or whatever the fuck it's called.
Tom Cruise is the leader.
Yeah, yeah. The Universal Church of Truth, right?
Let's go with that.
Church of Truth. That's a tongue twister. Damn. Church of Truth.
Church of Truth 69.
Chattanooga. So, anyways, they're going around like infecting people, basically brainwashing people into their flock or whatever, to raise death or something. I forget what they're doing, but
I think they're trying to kill death.
Something,
whatever.
Yeah,
okay,
something.
Yeah.
They're up to some shit, and they're basically brainwashing the universe to convert them into their religion. And Pete's dad, Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord's dad, is like in charge of it all, and he's got Peter there. And he's like, "Join me, son," and all this shit, blah blah blah. And Peter's like, "Fuck you," and he punches him. And fucking. Meanwhile, while that's going on, we have Groot and Moondragon. They go find Rocket Raccoon, who's all dying of AIDS or whatever. But he gets in a giant mech suit, and they're like kicking ass on some planet that I don't know what planet's on. And Magus shows up. That's Thanos' son, right?
No, that's Adam Warlock's evil doppelganger.
Magus?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
thought it was Thanos' son.
No.
Okay.
No.
What's Thanos' son's name?
Thane. But I think they killed him, or Thanos ate him or some shit. I don't know.
All right. Anyway, so that happens, and then we go back to the Church of Truth on their ship, and they're like, I want you to show where we got a whole. It's time for our army or whatever, our hive to hatch. And they got a bunch of eggs. They say they're savior. We think it's Adam Warlock, like they're growing a new Adam Warlock and shit. Mm-hmm. But then he busts out of the egg, and it's Drax.
Old school Drax.
Oh shit! Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah. So we got old school Drax. I'm gonna see how well they go with that, because old school Drax is way more powerful than whatever Drax we got in the comics now. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that fucked me, because I thought it was Magus the whole time. It turns out Magus is a kid. I don't know what the fuck that happened, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I 4 out of 5. I like
4 out of 5. I'm gonna get a 4 out of 5 also. Good strong book. Donny Cates came with it again. So yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like his most of his focus is on Absolute Carnage, but still a good story with this one.
Yeah.
So shoot. Any more stories we got? I'm booked out. I got some more books, but I'm not even gonna worry about it.
Yeah, only other book I read this one, Napoleon Dynamite, but fuck it. We don't have to talk about it.
Okay. I don't even think I saw the movie, to be honest with you.
You never seen Napoleon Dynamite?
I saw the dance scene on YouTube. That's about it.
Oh, I love that movie.
Okay.
But yeah, that you know what? That predates the MCU. I'll say that Napoleon Dynamite might have been one of the seeds of geek culture, the rise in our current state of geek culture.
That's a bold statement, because
it predates Big Bang Theory. It predates the MCU by like fucking 5 years or whatever, or no, 2000. When did that come out? 2006, 2005. So yeah, when you want the MCU started with Iron Man, right? That was 2008, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Napoleon Dynamite predates that. Predates Nolan's Dark Knight. So yeah.
Okay. Basically, high recommendation.
Yeah. I don't know. It is one of those movies that you either like it or you hate it. You love it. A lot of people are like, this movie doesn't suck. It doesn't have a good. They all bitch about it, but they just don't get it. I think it's great, and I laugh my ass off. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna watch it after reading this motherfucker.
I'll probably go watch on the Rambo movie again. Remember the old days. Yeah. That being said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. We have our sister podcast, Geek Sound. Listen to them. Definitely listen to Comic Cast. They probably, all the books we shitted on, I'm pretty sure they loved. So vice versa. We also have Hoodoo TV. We have This Geeks and Comics. We have Get Valiant. And the most popular podcast on our website right now, a football podcast, Talking Balls. Mm-hmm. It's crushing us in numbers right now.
Fucking nerds.
Right. They just love foosball. Yeah. That being said, like I said, we just had the 21st of September passed by, so gonna play a Earth, Wind, and Fire song at the end just because that's what I want to hear, you know. Or I might play that Rambo song, the Doors song you're talking about.
The fucking
I'll flip a coin, whichever one happens, that's what it wins.
No, the Frank Stallone song, Long Road.
Yeah, fuck it, Franklin Stone, you win. Okay, that was easy. That being said, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel. Okay, cool.